All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes, objection handling, right? I love this stuff. So you want to handle common objections with confidence and evidence. So let's say they have a concern about productivity, right? This is how you respond. You say, I completely understand the importance of maintaining productivity. In my previous remote work experiences, I've consistently met and even exceeded project deadlines. I propose implementing a trial period to demonstrate the positive impact on my performance. So I'm gonna get into this a little bit more in depth in the Tim Ferriss trick module later on, but there are actual measurable ways to show productivity. And this response right here nips that concern about productivity right in the bud. Now, say your boss has a concern or an objection towards communication challenges, right? You could respond by saying, I've thought about how to ensure effective communication while working remotely. I'm committed to using collaboration tools, participating in regular check-ins, and making myself available during core working hours to address any immediate concern. And again, we're gonna incorporate all those elements into our faux PIP so that it's absolutely crystal clear. Now remember that exercise about all those false premises leading to a conclusion that seems sound, but it's not. It's a valid argument, but it's not sound. This is what that's for. So we're going to address common myths and challenges these employers have around remote work. And we're just gonna run right through them, right? So one of them is a concern for the lack of clear remote work policies, right? So we don't have a remote work policy, what are we gonna do? You say, all right, well, let's initiate a conversation with HR, which you're gonna do before you approach your employer, or management to clarify existing policies or propose creating a clear framework for remote work eligibility and expectations. I do this for you. I do all of that for you so that when it comes up, you say, oh yeah, by the way, this has been greenlit by HR and X and Y manager. This is what I propose. They like it and actually delivers results. Boom, your objection has been handled, right? Another one could be something of a concern about team collaboration. And so you could say, I'm proposing these strategies for maintaining effective collaboration, such as regular virtual team meetings, using collaboration tools, and ensuring consistent communication channels. Say they have a concern about security and confidentiality. You could say, all right, well, let's address the security concerns by outlining specific measures I will take to ensure the secure handling of sensitive information, such as using secure networks and encrypted communication tools. Boom, like objection handled. What could they say about that, right? Now, this is one of the bigger concerns a lot of boomers and Gen X's have about remote work is a perceived decrease in accountability. So you're gonna address that right there directly to them. And you're gonna say, here is a plan for accountability, including clear performance metrics, regular check-ins, and transparent reporting on project progress to alleviate concerns about a perceived decrease in accountability. That is the faux PIP. That is the faux PIP. The faux PIP is a catch-all for all these concerns, right? Something that needs to be addressed when you're doing the pitch is exactly how you talk to people, right? These are your higher-ups. So you need to have respect first and foremost, but also you need to have the emotional intelligence, the EQ, to understand that they're gonna give you feedback. And by nature, they're gonna give you pushback. So this is how you handle that pushback. You're gonna acknowledge their concerns. You're actually gonna take what they say and digest it. These are legitimate concerns. They built this business, right? Or if it's a massive corporation, they're handling all the risk for that location, right? That's something you're not doing. And as a business owner myself, I can tell you right now, like it's a lot of stress. I used to think that getting paid as a manager or as a CEO meant that you would have a bunch of perks. Yes, that's kind of true, but that's not where the money ties in. Your money, your salary in the corporate world is tied to the amount of risk you take. Meaning, if your team shits the bed, right, and the client is upset, you lose that account, the hammer is gonna fall on management, not the workforce, right? That is why management and the higher-ups get paid more because they are the ones who have to eat shit, right? So keep that in mind. Have a lot of respect for these people. Acknowledge their concerns. These are legitimate concerns because they're not thinking just about you and your happiness, which is cool, this is great, but you actually have to think about the firm's best interest and digest what they're saying to you. Actually digest what they're saying to you. The second thing is that you are gonna have a bunch of evidence and data to support you. Remote work is not the future, it's the present, it's now, right? They're getting access to a global or at least a national talent pool. They're attracting a lot of people, they're reducing churn. It's actually super powerful and in their interest, right? Google, all these tech firms, they're all working remote. There's a bunch of positions that are remote work only, right? Show them the evidence. Help them, right? A lot of these business owners, this shocked me. Most of the money today is still in the hands of boomers. Like, boomers are running the world still today, right? It's not a bad thing. It's not a complaint. It's just how it is. You need to introduce them to Slack. You need to introduce them to different tools. You're going to introduce them to the evidence that remote work is here and now, right? Now, the third thing, I would make this a little caveat, actually, is to propose a trial period. Now, this is something that I would not propose unless they bring it up first, right? Because I raw dogged it, right? I just cold turkey. I said, hey, this is what's happening. I did the faux pip, right? I had the relationship top down, but I managed to do it without a trial period. Now, some other people that I've helped, they've had to do a trial period, but I would caution you not to bring this up unnecessarily because you want to blow expectations out of the water. I'll show you how to do that with the Tim Ferriss thing, but do not propose this unless absolutely necessary. This should address a lot of really major concerns, but if your pitch is strong enough, which it should be, you should be able to get remote work immediately without a trial period.